All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast Monday. Great to be here. My name's Will DeFries. On my left side, David Ruff.
Man, I'm, it's not every day you log into X or Twitter, see what's trending, and find something that just kind of makes you happy. I opened this up, I saw that Arnold Palmer is trending, and you guys probably don't. I mean, he's one of the GOATs, right? And he's my dad's favorite golfer, so it just, as I look him up, let's see why he's trending. It's just cool. Let's see that his memory's still out there. People are recognizing not only what he did as a player, but how he was an ambassador for the game.
What else?
And huge cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge cock.
70 seconds in.
I mean, this guy's all man.
Thanks to our friend Donald Trump for delivering that news to all of us.
I think I knew, which I don't know. Is that
a known thing?
I don't know about like
Look at him.
The size.
Look at him. Like,
I'd heard that
you seen his forearms?
Great point. Which,
can you tell the size of a man by his forearms? Maybe.
hopefully.
I'm not even sure that's
not.
my favorite thing that Trump said over the last few days.
Huh?
I'm not even sure that's my favorite thing that Trump said over the last few days.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying these are big guys.
He also
the biggest
said,
guys ever.
He also said, Mark Cuban is a loser. Wouldn't take his phone calls anymore while at the White House, and he went rogue. A weak and pathetic bully. He's got nothing going. Really slow or really low club head speed. A total non-athlete.
Can I just say, I don't know that Mark Cuban has ever played golf.
Yeah, I don't know if that criticism moves the needle for Mark Cuban that much.
I also don't think Trump is putting up numbers on the TrackMan.
Although, if we're gonna just start using like that as a metric for rating a person, like, oh, this guy's got no juice, this guy's got low club head speed. Like, I'm fine with that actually, even if they don't play. Like, you could say that about Randy.
Mayor Pete.
Trump won 2 club championships, and they weren't even seniors.
Yeah, they were regular club championships.
I don't think he's long off the tee though. You know,
No.
Trump, no, but he's pretty direct off the tee. You know, I'm not gonna say anything negative about Trump's golf game after the Bryson video. Like, he's impressed me. I know people were criticizing his putting stroke, but he put all those putts into 2-putt territory, which is not something that I can say I do.
The lag putting is there.
Yeah, like I'm not going to sit here and say that it's bad. Like, if we're gonna criticize Trump's putting stroke and say that he's a bad golfer because he brings his putter up at the end, then like we can just keep criticizing Scotty Scheffler's swing.
Dylan, if you knew how to putt, lag putt specifically, I feel like you could break 100.
believe it or not, I've broken 100 many times.
Dude, you have the widest putting stance.
You do.
I don't do that anymore.
You used to, though.
Stop bringing it up.
There was a day when this was early on in my Grand X career where we went and played early in the morning, and I think it was like mid-July. Like, it was a hot day. And when we started playing, it was like probably 78, and when we got done, it was 105. And Dylan had a putt on 18 to, like, I think win some money, or like maybe it was a big putt for a push. And I was standing up on an elevated part of the green, just looking down, and Dylan was just wide out there. And I was like, there's no way that tired, hot Dylan is making this putt.
I used to feel like if I had, the closer my eyes were to the ball, the better I would just see it and make more flush contact. I don't know. I stopped doing it though a long time ago. You just stopped noticing.
I remember the hole he's talking about. It was 18 at Grey Rock. You hit an absolute nuke off the tee. About 30 yards out. And then I think you 3-jacked it. From you hit a wedge on.
It was close to water.
Middle school sick date it.
It was close to water, so I putting willed it. I didn't hear what he said.
Review the tape.
Okay. The chip scared me because of the water, and it was a big hole. So I putted it from off the green, and I came up like 30 feet short. It was ugly.
Yeah.
And then from there, I 2-putted. No. From there, I think I 3-putted.
The stance was like a sumo stance almost.
Okay. We can move past
Randy
that.
knows. Randy's been to sumo.
We can get past that one.
Yoshu. That's what you say when they're doing their stomps.
Randy, do you want to turn the camera around so people can see what you're wearing right now?
I am officially in the Arby's drip, not the French drip.
How did you acquire such an item?
I won the best dressed at College GameDay.
I didn't know they gave out best dressed awards.
I did not know either, and it wasn't even a competition. As soon as I got up there, the other 2 people were like, "Well, we know you won already," but yeah. So I got this here. I'll even stand up. It's a matching set suit. I got
a meat
pants.
I was hoping it was a onesie.
Dude.
That's nice though. You can break it up and just wear the meat sweatshirt casually without the pants.
Just rocking the flaps.
Good for
Dave-
you, Randy.
Dave, are you going to wear this to the meetup to make up for not wearing the
Actually,
3X?
I
It
don't
is,
hate
think,
that
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
It is a
Randy,
meetup.
I have handed off the torch. You are now the Arby's guy.
No.
And I just wanna
I-
say-
everyone
No, no.
knows I'm doing
I'm not.
Dimmadome for the meetup. I can't be wearing
I'm
this.
stopping the steal here, Dave. You are still the Arby's guy.
I think this might be. You have
There's
to.
it's a voluntary transfer, peaceful transfer of power.
No, I am not certifying those results. It's simply not happening.
Yeah, I'm Jan 6 in it. If you
And it's a
that.
fair
Yeah,
election.
yeah. My January 6th is keeping Dave as the Arby's guy. You're
Oh.
getting reelected whether you want it or not.
Well, I got to say, Randy, I didn't realize that photo of you on the little walkway
Mhm.
at game day. I'm about to really embarrass myself. I thought that was photoshopped. I didn't know that was real.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Shout out to you.
And if you guys are wondering, you can go. Wait, hold on. Let me just.
What else did you win?
You can just go ahead and I just post on Instagram. Go ahead and check me out on Instagram. dude.
Oh God.
To
Don't make
see
us
what
do
I'm
this.
talking
Did you
about
get to
that.
meet what's the young lady's name?
No. As soon as the thing was, I could take you through my whole experience if you want me to.
Yeah, we got nothing else to do.
Yeah, sure. So I showed up at like 5:20 in the morning, and it was a packed house already. And I found out later that all the college kids like camped out in that lawn all night. So it was like, oh shit, like I couldn't even got here earlier. It was pretty much luck for you getting in there. And it was a shit show. The crowd control was terrible. The cops were like yelling at everyone. It wasn't the best. But I eventually got like right up to where they were letting people in, then they stopped. And then I got in like 30, 40 minutes later as more people were leaving. And as soon as I stepped in, like a guy from ESPN was like, hey, do you want to do like a costume, like best dressed thing? I'm like, yeah. So they took me backstage.
Did you ever consider leaving when you saw how much of a shit show it was? Because I was worried that you had left by the time I even woke up,
That's what
and
I
I
thought.
was really going to implore you to stick around. But I then saw on Instagram or somewhere that you were still there, so I was encouraged.
I very much did have the idea of this sucks because it was like shoulder to shoulder, and I was just getting like pushed around in the crowd. It was not great. It's a bunch of drunk college kids. Like, what do you expect?
You got to
like,
send the pledges overnight.
They were like trying to get on the loudspeakers, being like, "Attention for your safety!" And as soon as that was the last thing I heard, because then everyone just started booing and yelling.
They
I'm
weren't
like
drunk
these-
at 7 a.m. though, were they?
I mean, it was a Friday night into Saturday. I'm sure they probably were. Some of them were.
Are you familiar with drinking?
Are you not frat?
I'm coming from the G'd. Interesting.
Oh, wow. Low blow.
Wow.
Jeeds are more frat than frat dudes.
Arguably.
People don't realize that.
Arguably. Because he's gaming the system because he still gets to hang out.
Thanks for doing that, Randy. I enjoyed you being there from afar.
I got sad when I saw the text group and you said how crowded it was and KJ hit you with like a sad face. I was like, oh no, the thought of Randy like walking away alone, hat,
Doug
giant,
Dimmadome costume.
giant hat in hand,
yes.
getting into an Uber and just having to go
Hat
home
in
and take
hand.
that.
Is it true that you got
Oh.
banned for your first sign that you brought in?
No, but they
That
did.
said more like Doug, give me dome.
Oh no! But they did have someone had a sign that said elect Quinn Ewers the sheriff of Fansville, and some like security guard comes like, you cannot have political ads in here, and he's like, it's the quarterbacks. I don't care if you bring that in,
What?
you're getting kicked out. Like to some person, I was like,
I did
"Jeez."
wonder about that because you'd think that there would be more political stuff. So to hear that they're so aggressive towards it, like that actually does
Yeah,
make
they're very
sense, I
much
guess.
but like, it's like if it's specifically a political ad, there's plenty enough Trump. We're eating the dogs.
Yeah, right?
things I
Like,
saw.
oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
I saw a
I saw
ton
a
of
lot of
those.
those. So it's like if it's specifically like a political, because it was like kind of the sign I'm talking about looked like a political like one that you put in your front lawn. So maybe that's what it was.
That's lame.
You're
So-
telling me that like a campus cop overreacted?
Pretty much.
No way.
So I eventually got in, and they pulled me backstage, and I went back there, and like Saban and McAfee like walked right by me, so that was kind of cool. And then I went on stage.
Was Saban giving inspirational speeches like during commercial break to the crowd? Is
Yeah,
that
what
what
was
you
up with
posted?
that?
I think they were just I don't know. So that wasn't on TV.
No.
I don't know. Okay, they were just kind of breaking down like gameplay and stuff, and then they're like talking about like how he would be in the locker room before a game. So he was just giving
Oh.
like one of his speeches he'd probably give to his players.
I thought that was a cool behind the scenes post.
Yeah, that was cool.
I enjoyed it.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, my costume contest and all like that stuff. Like they do a lot of stuff for game day where like it's during commercial breaks they do like these the contests and like they did like a dance contest and stuff. But yeah, I won.
Is it true you met like a nice young lady?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I wish.
Okay, I saw. You have your fine friends on, and I saw that you were at the AFE house Saturday night after the game.
Oh, see, when I checked it, he was at the Theta house.
Double down.
Yeah.
Old
Making
double
the
down.
rounds.
Actually did the rounds, went to Kyo too. No.
Which one was your
What?
favorite?
I kind of like them all.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
funny because these like the college kids, like some of them knew who Doug Dimmadome was, and some of them were too young to really understand who it was. So it was a mixed crowd of like who got in, who didn't. But like the crowd knew. They knew Dimmadome,
I thought your sign was pretty solid too. Georgia is Dimmadome.
which was my idea, not Brett's idea. Don't let him claim it.
Oh man, okay. I've got tape on that. We'll review it.
But yeah, no, it was kind of a shitty time to start off. But then as soon as I got in there and started doing stuff, it was a lot better. I
Well, I'm
got
proud of
pretty
you for getting
close.
in there, Randy.
Good job,
you did us
Randy.
proud. I was really thirsty for that College Game Day Twitter interaction when I started firing off tweets from circling back. But sorry for not mentioning you in that. The tweet already had too much action on it to delete it and take it down and re-at you.
All good.
So, but you did great. Hey, we got a major announcement. It's officially Meetup Week. It's New York City, Gem Saloon, October 26th, which is a Saturday, 5 p.m. If you show up, just be like, yeah, I know Brett. He used to get drunk here all the time. And they'll treat you well, I guess. I'm very excited for this meetup. There's been a lot of pants beers conversation flying around. We'll see how that goes.
A lot of costume conversation flying around. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I expect this to be our biggest meetup.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hopefully people show up. We also are doing spooky season. Tomorrow is the game show. I already have a 1 point lead on everybody because I get an honor point. Randy was doing some research using the Sunday Scaries YouTube account. And so I'm awarding myself 1 honor point for revealing. I would have gotten more points. I would have gotten more points had I holstered this information and not brought it to the masses.
That is true. For the question that I was looking up, he would have gotten 4 points. And I will give you, to start off, 1 integrity
Thank
point
you.
to start
Thank
off.
you. That means a lot.
So are you going to insert a new question in here now?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize. I am not going to be able to make it tomorrow morning. I have not announced this. I will be sending someone in my place, though. A proxy.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I will not be here. So
Ooh.
the person I will be sending, though, I think you'll like.
Okay.
Have we met this person before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
I can't wait.
I will say, whoever this is, if they happen to win, that will continue your 5 in a row.
Well, it is my
Yeah,
proxy.
it's his
So it's
proxy.
your proxy.
It's my
So,
proxy.
Yeah, okay. Just want to
Hang on. I got to see if my 3 o'clock is open tomorrow. Interesting. Anyway, no, I'm not. I'm just kidding. We're having fun. But no, I won't be here. So sorry. Hey, forget about it.
Oh.
So forget about it, cuz.
Bro, let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
Let's just go have fun and let go of it.
Little Woodrows, let's go.
Recapping this weekend in fun presented by our friends over at DraftKings. Let me see your DraftKings.
Come on.
The lines are low, but let me see your DraftKings.
That's good,
They
dude.
don't want you to do that.
That's real good.
Dude, it's good.
That's good.
The NBA is finally back. I thought it was regular season last week, but it turns out it was preseason, which is why Steph Curry only played 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right, though. A new season means new ways to get into that action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NBA. You know what I've been asking? Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing those rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and prop bets that you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. If it's your first time, new DraftKings customers get if you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code WASHED. That's code WASHED for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. If you've got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for gambling problems. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball, baby. Just b-ball, not b-ball, baby.
Right. Okay. Thank you
B-ball,
for-
baby.
Just b-ball.
That's
Thanks
our
for
new
Just
pod.
b-ball.
That's our new pod.
If they want to switch it to b-ball, baby, they can switch it to b-ball, baby.
Do you ever happen to just remember cheers from high school that like the cheerleaders used to do? Like
Yes.
when you were doing that, I just thought of REBOUND rebound.
Oh, no, I don't know that.
We did the same one, but it was home run.
HO.
HOM.
We didn't have cheerleaders in high school because our cheerleading squad got banned after a spicy performance of Pour Some Sugar on Me at a football game when I was in 8th grade.
Oh,
A freak off.
They were dressed in leather and had whips and were just dancing on stage. And I think a lot of the parents were like, in this little small town up here, I don't know if we should be doing BDSM content at high
Yeah.
school football games. And so, yeah, we had 0 cheerleaders.
Were y'all the Rams?
Yeah.
Duh.
Dylan, did you send me a video of that?
No. My hands did not move.
Shit.
Didn't send anything.
Ah, that's just weird. Just
We had a chair called Trojan Train.
all right.
Okay.
Insists upon itself.
I know.
Yeah.
But we didn't think much of it at the time. We was like, oh, that's okay. Trojan Train. T. R. It was a whole thing.
We our mascot was the Indians, and there's
Oh.
some chance that definitely don't happen anymore.
No, why don't you go ahead and hit us with
Yeah,
one?
yeah. try one out.
Sorry,
You don't have
I'm an Indian, you're an Indian, we're an Indian all, and when we get together, we do our Indian call, and then we do the call. And
No,
I'm just
no,
not
no.
gonna
Do the call.
No, I
Sorry,
don't know if
I
that's...
would assume-
don't do the
I-
call.
Do the
I
call.
assume they don't do that chant anymore.
Yeah, that might ruffle some feathers.
Come-
I didn't mean it that
Oh,
way.
come on,
I didn't.
man.
I didn't mean it that
Wow.
way.
These are my people you're talking about.
Don't
You're a
act
Valor-
like
yeah, you
don't act like
stop.
Northern Michigan is not a Native American heavy community. You know I got
True.
all the love.
Native baller.
Yep.
That's true.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Dylan, what'd you get into this weekend?
Thanks for asking, Will. I actually had a really good weekend.
Okay.
I'm going to skip Friday.
Contrary to the other weekends that he
Did you
has
get
that
intro
just
today?
suck.
No.
Dylan Shivery.
Thank you. Thanks for the glizzy mug. Anyway, Friday, low key. I'm going to skip Friday. Just cooked with Chels. Had some.
What'd you
wine.
have?
Yeah.
She made a salmon bowl that was spectacular.
Is that on the rundown?
More salmon later on this
Big
this
salmon
episode.
pod.
It's a salmon pot.
Well, we actually have a special guest. Tim Salmon's coming out.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so good.
He
We're
saw,
actually-
he saw Rooker on. I was like, I
Tim
gotta get in
Salmon.
there.
And we're gonna do aren't we gonna do a stream room this week on the Slammin' Salmon?
Oh,
Please watch
stream?
that movie. If
We're
you
gonna have
have
the
that.
Salmon
stream
Sisters.
Stream room. That's good. That's good.
Ah.
The Salmon
Anyway.
Sisters.
Let's do a river runs through it next week.
Get to see a
My
butt.
Saturday kicked off
Brad Pitts.
by going to Will's in-laws' home. It was very kind of them to give me an invite. That little tailgate situation at their house.
See, my in-laws call me the outlaw.
Okay.
It's because they don't want me in the family.
They had a nice keg of German Marzen beer. It was good, the same one that Will had at his place.
Where'd they get that idea?
I just said.
I straight
Will
up
had
told
it at
them,
his
I was like,
place.
y'all got to get the same keg we got. It was popular.
They had some good food, a good food variety there. They had donuts and cookies and chicken nuggets and breakfast tacos.
Where are the nugs from?
Chick-fil-A.
So they went Trey?
They did a tray of nugs. Yeah.
Okay. I respect that. How many did you eat?
I had about 5 nugs and
I put up
and half a donut.
I put up about 15.
I could, yeah.
I had half a donut.
To go
Fritz
single
had 3
dig.
donuts.
Did he?
Ooh.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Honestly, to go single dig on the nug tray is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to,
5 nuggets.
I didn't want to overindulge.
It's a tray.
I was with my lady friend. I wanted to think I was just a total slob.
Dude, I
just
think he's been
housing
infected with the
nugs.
woke mind virus.
Yeah, what's your deal?
Anyway,
Eating 5 nugs off a nugget tray.
from there, I went to a football game. Georgia, the Bulldogs were in town. Number 5 versus my previously number 1 Longhorns. And despite the outcome of the game, I had an excellent time. The stadium was absolutely rocking. The best flyover I think I've ever seen in my life. Killer drone show, celebs everywhere.
Yo, that drone show came out of
The
nowhere.
drone show was dope. Texas, they showed a little fight in the second half, which I really love to see.
If you guys see me on my phone, sorry, Dylan, I'm not texting. I'm actually emailing with the Austin District Attorney's Office. They're investigating a couple people in here for potential throwing projectiles. on
Oh, yeah.
Saturday.
They can't penalize me because I didn't have the arm strength to get my beer.
They're
on
reviewing the
field.
tape.
I have a lot to say about that particular time of the game and too much dip later. Check it out. I caused this scene in my section. I was the only one who saw the play develop in real time. And I was trying to explain to everyone around me how terrible the call was. And then they showed the replay. And then that's when stuff started getting thrown.
I have never booed harder in my entire life than after that PI call.
I've never been. That's why my voice is not all there because of that one play.
I was I think I might have embarrassed the people that had us to the game because I was booing so hard.
I embarrassed myself.
I was so angry.
I was so mad.
I would have just been up there, thumbs down.
Anyway, on the record, I did not throw anything on the field, but also in the moment, I didn't hate what they were doing. I'm sorry to say, I'm not proud of it. I was like, you know what? It was that bad.
Some people around us weren't impressed with it, and I looked at Sally and I said, "No, that was such an awful call that like the refs deserve to have shit thrown on the field right now."
You're saying it was a doom?
It was a doom.
You know what? Small victories. On my way out of the stadium, I'm sad. Going home with the L. Rudy's Barbecue in the stadium had a surplus of unsold chopped beef sandwiches.
Oh shit, that would have changed my entire
They had
game.
a box. I'm talking like 300 of them. And,
Hungry.
And they were like, "We got chopped beef here," and I was like, "Yeah, you do." And I ate a chopped beef sandwich on the way out, and it made me happy, right in my tum tum.
That actually sounds good as
It
hell.
was
right
great.
now.
Can
I
I
was
issue?
so
Can I
hungry.
issue a warning on chopped beef sandwiches?
Okay.
If you're at Austin Bergstrom, has great food. If you're pinched for time and you see the salt lick, you can just go grab a chopped beef pre-made.
Not good.
They made it with what?
They're fine, but a lot of times they're overly sauced, and it is just not. It's not
Okay.
what you want pre-flight.
Have you
Okay.
done the breakfast tacos with the barbecue in it?
I have.
It's pretty decent.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's
If
also,
the line
do
is too
like
long
that.
at Taco Deli, pivoting over to get some barbecue breakfast tacos
I do
ain't
like
the
that.
worst.
Sunday.
That Sam Taylor talking trash on the food at the Austin airport. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, go back to where's she from?
Austin, I think.
gosh, she's got so much real estate in our dome.
Yeah, she does.
Sunday, Chelsea was very kind enough to get my family together for a little birthday brunch for your boy.
It's your
For you?
birthday today?
My birthday was on Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday, the 23rd of October.
That's
So
cool.
She got the fam together, and it was a lovely time with the fam. Really, really enjoyed it. The weather was great. And then got chill at parks the rest of the day, went costume shopping, and we just had a great little Sunday. And watched Halloween 2, which I had to cover his eyes for one of the scenes because there's a topless young lady. He probably liked it, but he didn't get to see much of it because his dad covered his eyes.
Come on. Let the boy watch.
He's picking up on my love for spookiness. And
I thought you were going to say your love for topless women.
and for breasts. Yes, both of those things are great.
There was nothing like the feeling of being a little too young to watch a film that had breasts in it and just being like, oh, dude, we're almost there.
He pretends like he's like, oh yeah, I don't want to see this, but he's like he's peeking too.
I got word in high school that our friend's older sister was going to rent us American Pie later that night. And like, it was the best day of my life leading up to it. Just
Wow.
being like, we're going to see the perviest movie ever made right now outside of Porky's.
That scene, make you grow up real fast. Anyway, it was a good weekend.
What'd that boy slide into? Some nines?
No, my days of doing that are. No, I'm just kidding. My feet have grown.
Yeah.
I was home with the boys.
Your loots?
The Lutes. Loot number 1, Randy, my dog.
Oh.
Loot number 2, Rhodes, my oldest human boy. And loot number 3, Sammy. And Friday night, low key, was like all ready to go watch little Purdue football. Was like, here we go. This is it. Upset alert has been issued by Randy. Let's go see what they're doing against the.
Not once did I have any confidence that they would put on any display of an attempt of a win.
Yeah, they wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't good. So I pivoted. I was texting with Will a little bit, and you mentioned you were watching the Blink-182 ACL set.
Mm-hmm.
So I had not watched that yet. So
I regretted it.
because you didn't go? Or
Yeah, all it did was make me regret not going. Like, I had to turn it off because I was like angry at myself for passing up the opportunity to go not once but twice.
It honestly, it made me a little bummed I didn't go.
I was very annoyed.
We just seen them, but still. So I did that. I actually, that is what I did. And,
Love it.
Friday morning, got up, lady down the street came over to watch Sammy as I took Rhodes to T-ball. I just wasn't. I'm not about that. I couldn't have a baby and be out on the field. Like
You got to divide and conquer,
it
dude.
just wasn't going to happen. So we did T-ball. He was one of 4 kids. The coach was on vacation, so nobody showed up. So I got to try to help coach a little bit.
One of 4.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's tough. That's tough when you're in the outfield, man.
He hasn't missed a practice.
You got a lot of ground to cover out there.
Yeah.
No, he's about it, and I like it more because he gets more reps, and I feel like it's almost easier to coach. But
It's probably less stress on the kid to just be like, oh, I get to go up and rip it like a million times.
pretty much, yeah, that's all he wants to do, really. But after that is when things got interesting. So we get home. TV stopped working. Internet, Google Fiber went out.
Oh no! Did I come over and do some gardening and cut your line?
It was not a line cutting in our yard, at least. I think they said somebody like a guy with a good tan came over and they say they got snorted, which I don't know if that's an industry term. Not sure who it was. Somebody was like pre-gaming for a big football game or something weird. I don't know.
I'm not doing this.
Anyway, so that was out. So, okay, fine. I guess we'll have to do puzzles and shit, play outside. About an hour after we got home, my oldest boy, started not feeling great. It was like, Daddy, my stomach. I'm like, oh no. He says, Dad, I think I got to throw up. Goes in the bathroom, just blows chunks.
Oh no!
Like a good chunk blowing.
You don't
Like,
want solo dad weekend to have any pukes involved.
right about this point, I began to not feel great.
Oh,
I started having that feeling of full stomach nausea. And I was like, oh no. And meanwhile, the baby is just deleting diapers.
eating them?
Gross.
Just going through them.
Oh.
You gotta throw those away in the special container.
The tum tub bug has hit the house.
No.
I did not puke. I did have to take I was digging through old medicine. I was looking for anything. I found some Zofran. Didn't do anything. I think it was actually prescribed to my dog, which I think is fine. Whatever.
Yeah, you can do that.
I
I don't know if you can do that.
never puked, but I did have other issues.
It's Rhea time.
It was tough, dude. And we had no TV, no internet.
I'm sorry, dude.
I set up the hotspot for the Lappy so Rhodes could watch.
Dave, as somebody who's both had no internet for an entire weekend as well as stomach bugs twice now this fall, I commend your fatherhood journey right now.
I was honestly, thank you, Will. I was planning on going to said party, even though I was, not invited, but Will invited me.
I wasn't invited either.
I was like bounce house, whole deal. I was like, we're gonna get the boys there, have a blast. We were so down bad. I was like, I'm not even gonna send a text. I was like, whatever. So by the time Texas game comes on, I get everybody to bed and I fire it up on my cell phone. And it's already 20-0. I'm like, damn it, I really wanted to see a good game.
Yeah.
And luckily it was interesting in the second half, but it was real tough. So I took like 3 children's what's the
Motrin?
not Motrin, motion sickness with the D. Dramamine.
There you go. There you go.
Don't just get me a look like I was crazy. Dramamine, right?
I wouldn't have come up with Dramamine, but you're correct in that.
I was in bed at 10. It was nice. So yeah, Saturday much better. Or Sunday much better. Everybody was good. Mom got back from her little gals trip out to Round Top. And we were good. The house was good. I think she thought she was about to walk into a real problem. I cleaned up pretty well.
I'll say this. Whenever one person leaves, whenever one parent is out for the weekend, the house always seems to be cleaner once the weekend is over
Yeah.
than if both people are around. You also don't want them to return home to a dirty house and they'll be like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
it's not good. Look.
No,
It's not
you
a
got to
fun
be like,
combo.
no, like you need them to return home and be like, nah, this was easy. What? Like, this was no sweat. Your place is totally clean.
You're probably wondering, Dave, when did the internet come back? This morning.
Nice. Nice.
So commercial-free, uninterrupted football on my cellular device yesterday.
Terrible.
Yeah. So, how about you?
My weekend started Thursday. Got together with some of my loots. Went to Vampire Weekend. Had a good time at the show. It's just jarring how much one single beer costs at anything that's associated with UT. But good show. On Friday, I stayed in. Sally had her loots in town, so she went out with them. They went to a sushi dinner, and I thought to myself, man, sushi sounds awesome. And so I ordered some sushi to the crib. Traveled very well. Hit that chicken karage. Your boy was stuffed. And then I watched a Blink-182 concert in bed. What a night. Knocked it out of the park. On Saturday, obviously, had to go to the Horns game. We went to 2 different tailgates beforehand. Had a great time at the game, have to say. It was just an unbelievable atmosphere. And yeah, honestly, I think the most fun I had was booing the refs and when they were getting shit thrown at them. And it was just an enjoyable time. Shout out to our Uber driver for allowing us to Venmo her instead of paying for the full Uber price. She's a real one for that. And then last night, moseyed on downtown with producer Micah and Boo Boo and Salgal and hit that Lyle Lovett show. I need to talk something out with you guys. I kind of already talked it out with Dylan a little bit, but we got to meet Lyle Lovett after the show. We had some backstage passes. And we went up and started talking to him. And Lyle Lovett knows Micah's father, which is how we got this access. And he was great. He immediately knew who Micah was. He immediately gassed him up. And we decided to get a photo with him. But Lyle Lovett took out his cell phone and handed it to someone to take a photo because he was going to send it to Micah's dad. And so the only photographic evidence that I have of meeting Lyle Lovett exists only on Lyle Lovett's phone and his phone only currently.
Did you check his story? Maybe he posted it.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if he tossed up a story, but I'm like, man, I would love to get this photo of me and Lyle, but I just don't know if it's going to end up making its way toward me. So it's really on Micah at this point to get this photo done. But man, I have to say, after doing Chapel Roan last weekend on Sunday of ACL, straight into another Sunday concert this week. I'm very much looking forward to going to bed early as hell next Sunday. I don't like getting home after midnight on any Sunday night, but it was worth it to go to that show. And as far as concerts go on a Sunday night, Lyle Lovett ain't the worst.
That seems like a good Sunday night.
We didn't move from our seats the entire time. Only stood up to give a standing ovation at the end before the encore, and didn't take one single pee. Had one Tasty Boy, I think they're called. Is that what they're called?
Icy Boy.
I had one Icy Boy. Micah tried to give me a hazy IPA, and I said, no, sir. I don't do those anymore. I've retired. But overall, great Austin weekend. I feel like I should be a little more tired today than I am, but... Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Randy and I went to... I forgot. Sorry, Randy, I had a ton going on this weekend. Randy and I went to the record convention yesterday. Met up at about 10 a.m. Got the world's largest stamp on our hands. Is yours still on your hand, dude?
You can see a vague silhouette.
I had to
It's a
stop
big
scrubbing
old
my hand with a
circle.
sponge because it was hurting my hand. What'd you cop, Randy?
I got 5 records.
Oh, okay. I only got one.
Well, yeah. Well, I paid too much for the Elvis Greatest Hits. I know
Okay.
that much. But then I got some Diana Ross,
Dude,
some Donna Summer,
listen to this guy.
got some Leonard Skinner, and some Doobie Brothers.
Cultured Randy.
Look at him, dude. He's in his disco era.
What's your favorite Doobie Brothers song? Name 5 songs.
Probably listen to the music.
Whoa,
it's a great song. It's an all-time
Listen
song.
to the music.
I'm gonna put that in the all-time song playlist.
Randy's all-timers?
No, just the general all-timers. Randy's faves all-timers are a different thing. So inspired by Dylan, of course.
I got one album that I was very excited to get, Talking Heads, and it was very difficult to find. So once I saw it, I even said to Randy, I said, the only thing I actually am really looking for is this Talking Heads live album. And I said, I don't think I'm going to see it here. Not 2 seconds later, I turn my head and I look on this wall, and it's sitting right on this wall behind a booth. And I was like, I feel like I'm crazy right now because I just said this and it's right there. And so obviously I had to get it.
It
Good for
was.
you.
It was immediately as he said it. Looked up. Oh wait, no, there it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I have not seen this in the last year since it came out, and it's right there.
The
But
guy
yeah,
had 2 of them.
had a good time. It was a good Sunday. The hazy IPAs really started to bite me in the ass once we arrived at that record convention, but Glad we made it, Randy. Randy and I did get separated like numerous times where I was like, I don't know where this guy is right now. It's just me and Randy and a bunch of dudes over the age of 60 walking around this place.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Man, after big weekends like that, you know, you have some busy mornings there after some late nights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to work through lunch today. Busy mornings, late nights, working through lunch. Life doesn't always leave room for a balanced meal, but that's where Huel comes in. Today's podcast is sponsored by Huel, spelled Huel, the world's #1 complete nutrition brand. It's a complete meal in seconds. Just grab, sip, and go. No more skip meals or unfulfilling snacks. Huel makes it easy with nutrition that fits your life. And right now, you can try it with an exclusive offer we have for you. 15% off using code STEAM15 at Huel.com. Fuel up the easy way with Huel today. We got a bunch of Huel in the office. It's flying out of here. I just loaded up the fridge the other day with a bunch of chocolate Johns, little vanilla John too.
They're delicious. They're filling and they're loaded with good stuff,
I
including
had
a
one.
ton of protein.
I had one pre-pod.
How
So
you
we're
feeling?
saying no prep, no cooking.
No, it's you just grab it and go. It's
You ever
delicious.
untwist the top of a bottle?
That's when I cook.
If you can do that, then you're in.
Yeah, it's the prerequisite.
They even have the black edition that's ready to drink because it's a whopping 35 grams of protein, Dylan. Does that
It's a lot.
interest you as a gains man?
It's a lot of teen, yes.
27 vitamins and minerals all in one handy bottle. Access to quality, quick and easy meals hasn't been this easy and tasted so good since maybe ever. Don't believe me? Take the leap and join the community of Hooligans. Love that. Hooligans with this exclusive offer of 15% off using code STEAM15 at Huel.com. That's 15% off using code STEAM15 at Huel.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters.
They were calling me Julio out there in the bullpen.
Out in the schoolyard?
Yeah. They're like, looks like you're on a fantastic voyage.
Okay. Oh, you're doing a Coolio thing. I was doing a Paul Simon thing.
Yeah, I mean, both are options.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why I thought this was very circling back coded, but I still think it is. There was a TikTok that went viral. Randy, actually, do you have that handy? Do we just want to watch this?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just give a full idea for the people at home.
I need some help from the Caucasian race. Why did y'all stop coming up with phrases? Y'all used to be in y'all bag. Y'all used to give us some of the greatest phrases. When I was growing up, you know, the older white folks used to say, "I don't give a rat's ass." Or you're skating on thin ice, buddy. Or one of my favorites, "Get a load of this guy." I feel like y'all just stopped doing that. What happened? Like, why y'all not giving us these good phrases anymore? I really miss y'all going like, "Oh, newsflash, pal." You know what I'm saying? "Hold your horses, bucko." My favorite one, off the rip, "Get a grip, buddy." I love telling people get a grip. That used to be my thing. See somebody acting out of line, man, get a grip. You know what I'm saying? Now we ain't got that no more because y'all just stopped making phrases. I need y'all to get back and make some phrases, man. "I don't give a rat's ass." That's it right there.
Yep.
Rat's ass? Who that was a bar, who thought of that? Like, I'll never forget when I was a kid, I was acting up. And this older white woman goes, "Beat it, twerp." You ain't never gonna hear nothing that clean ever again. You never gonna hear "beat it, twerp" from anybody. We got lame stuff now. I need "beat it, twerp" back. I need twerp back in the vocab. I need twerp back. I need the Caucasians to get back on their job, reach back in that bag and give us some more phrases. I'm tired of what the young people talking about. I need some of that new stuff.
Someone's put together the white people phrases tier list. I don't know how much I agree with it.
I was trying to figure out at first because the name of these tiers is like the top tier is wonderfully unseasoned.
I think that's saying that it's supremely
Great.
white.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think it goes
Could
from
have been in
top to
reverse
bottom.
order, but okay, got it. Yeah, there are some classics on here, obviously, but he's right. Are there any new ones that have hit the scene in the recent years?
No, because everything that we're saying now is just like a Gen Z phrase that we're just repurposing for humor purposes on this podcast.
Gen Z lingo has kind of taken over. You're right.
Like we've been saying aura and
Yeah.
Riz and things like that. Like we're not hitting them with the "no more Mr. Nice Guy."
Some of these I've never said.
Newsflash, buddy.
Like, check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. I've never said that in my life.
You've said that in your
No.
life,
Said
dude. What are you
that.
talking
without
about?
without riggedy, I've said it.
Ice Cube. I believe he commandeered that.
Didn't he just have an entire song called that?
Shotgun blast is bad for your health. Is that how it goes?
Yeah,
Don't
man.
know.
Yeah, like for
Thanks.
sure, dude. Sally has been criticizing me lately for having too many dad jokes in the mix.
You're a dad.
I feel like my puns have been on point lately at home. And she's just been calling me out, being like, that is such a dad joke. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I want to roll. It's like whenever somebody would be like, if I complained about something, which I do often, and someone's like, that's such a first world problem. I was like, well, yeah, I live in the United States of America. Like, it'd be weird if I was having third world problems here. That would be a big signifier that something's going poorly.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns. A lot of these are rooted in the old West, I imagine, or in theory, and that's just a good one.
That's one I still use.
Can
Yeah.
you confirm, just based on watching the Ken Burns documentary on the Great American West,
Yeah,
see if they have any buckos in there?
he actually has about 25 minutes on the origin of buckos, buckaroos, hold your horses. You're barking up the wrong tree. These are good. These are just down home, frontier even.
Well, that just happened.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
That one does.
That,
I
that,
don't
that
like
needs
that.
to be
That's
that needs to be
lower.
done, dude. That needs to be not on here at all.
That's in the same vein as that's it. That's the tweet.
There- If you are ever finding yourself typing out "that's it, that's the tweet" and thinking about pressing send, please just delete the entire tweet.
Unless it's very clear that you're being sarcastic. Like if we did that, people would know. Like, oh, he's goofing.
No one's tweet has ever knocked my socks off when they're like, "That's it, that's
That's
the tweet."
the
I'm like,
tweet.
"Wow, you really put your foot down there, buddy."
But that was it. That was the
Bucko. I mean, some of these are just things that I say that I don't realize how, like, pasty white I am.
tweet. A lot of these things I say and don't realize it. So a lot of these I do as a bit saying.
Well, there's some in here, Randy, that are just straight up Midwest.
Yeah, like
Just gonna sneak right past you.
Yeah.
Do they have ope in here? I find myself going, "Oh,
That's a Brett. Brett loves saying, oh.
He's a big opener.
no," but Brett, he does it in a different way. He doesn't do it in the Midwest way.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it when he's like, Brett does it for,
Like he's like
He's calling
shocked or
out-
scared or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Somebody has a bad tweet that might get them like in trouble. He'll hit them. He'll
Yeah.
like send it with an
yeah,
oh.
he's indicating that's a bad thing. The Midwest ope is simply,
I'm sorry.
yeah, like, my
I-
apologies.
I'm in your way. Oh,
Oh. I was walking through ACL crowd after Chapel Roan, and the amount of oops, I was just like, Will, stop! Like, no one cares that you're in the way because everyone's in the way of everyone.
I think Newsflash Buddy is the whitest of all these.
I used to do Newsflash a lot during like just kind of pointless PGP columns. Just be like, Newsflash. It's just an easy way to just say something.
Just gonna sneak right past you.
no G Willikers.
I've never heard hot Belgian waffles. In what situation am I going to say
That's
hot
new.
Belgian waffles?
That's new for me.
Okay.
Wise guy's good.
Yeah.
There's no you in one army. That's a big
Oh,
one.
it's on here.
It is.
Where? Where?
Fantastically
That's-
flavorless.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
right next to nice try, pal.
All right, gotcha.
Pal's a good one.
You in one army? That I guess no.
Yeah.
You can add comma pal at the end of anything and it makes it very white.
I mean, how do you deal with someone calling you boss these days?
It's demeaning. It's purposely demeaning.
But if I'm at Starbucks and I order a drink and he goes like, right away, boss, like that doesn't come off as demeaning to me. But if like, let's say if my brother-in-law says like, all right, boss, I'm just like, why the fuck are you calling me boss, dude? What's your problem?
Yeah, you got beef with me?
Yeah, like you call me boss now? Randy calls me big boss man all the time, and I don't like
You're a
it.
big boss man.
No, I don't like it at all.
Hey, hate to burst your bubble, but you're a big boss man.
No, you're skating on thin ice here, Randy.
I think
Remember
I'm-
when the big boss man showed up at the Big Show's dad's funeral with his speaker? He's just yelling at the Big Show. He like ruined the funeral.
Nope.
No,
Okay,
no, Dave.
check it out. It's a funny clip. Not cool.
But
Why
hey,
don't they just play on like the USA Network? Why don't they just play like mid '90s wrestling? Because I would watch that faster than I'm watching regular wrestling right now.
I think because most of it didn't age well.
Oh yeah.
They got away with a lot.
Dude, I was legitimately scared when the Undertaker kidnapped Stephanie McMahon. I was like, damn, dude, like they can't just get her back because it's all just like a wrestling league.
Yeah,
they really have her in a coffin right now.
Hell in the Cell.
You can't put the CEO's daughter in a coffin.
No. A buried alive match. Am I ever going to see that person again? They're buried alive.
When they would do a cage match, it was like, shit, dude, they have an actual cage here. Like we're
can't
gonna
get out.
we're gonna see blood tonight.
They're not getting out of that cage. You understand, Dylan?
I understand, David.
It's just sometimes I don't know if he does.
I
There's a
understand.
cage
I understand these
around
references.
the ring.
Yeah, I get it, man.
I think I would have thrived in a cage match scenario. That's what I would always do with the WWE video game that I'd rent from Showbiz Video.
Was that your hometown before Blockbuster took it out?
Yeah, no, we weren't allowed to have Blockbuster, so we just had Showbiz for years.
How couldn't you have Blockbuster?
They weren't allowed. You're not allowed to have chains in Harbor Springs, Michigan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Keep the mom and pops in business.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Ooh.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't want some fast food every once in a while without driving 15 minutes, but it keeps it quaint and nice.
This is a good one. Watch it, Einstein. Calling someone Einstein that's being dumb is try to make him smart. Oh, that's a good one.
What about I got news for you, Walter Cronkite?
No one's ever said that.
Yes, they have. It's a very famous movie quote.
I've never heard anybody say that in my life.
It's,
Well, now we're going to say it.
yeah, maybe you should dip into the stream room and watch a little Zoolander.
Let's rock and
man.
roll is a good one.
That's a good one. You know what?
It's time to get going.
It's rock and roll.
Yeah, but that needs to be preceded with one of these. You gotta
Yeah.
slap both
Yeah,
thighs.
slap-
Well,
stand up.
let's rock and roll.
Whelp is just a good one.
Well,
Whelp.
Hate to burst your bubble.
That's too low. I feel like that deserves to be up. I think, that just happened, and I hate to burst your bubble should be flipped on this.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Awkward. That should be on there.
awkward.
Yeah.
Remember before Goblin Mode when girls started using the phrase "fawkward"? I'm so fawkward.
No.
Oh,
It just means fucking awkward.
oh, I feel like that was like a 2007 play.
It's like fugly.
Yeah, just fucking awkward.
What's the new goblin mode?
Brat.
Oh.
Brat's not totally Goblin Mode, but they're adjacent. Like if you're not in Brat mode, then you might be in Goblin mode.
Brat.
It's good. That's a good idea for a Christmas sweater, if I do say so myself.
My wife.
Dave, last week you needed to tell a story that you never told to us. It did some numbers on the Twitter machine on X.com. Can you enlighten us into what happened in Carolina?
Well, I tweeted about this just a little bit. I was playing a round of golf with a couple cousins on the Pacino side of the wedding. And I've never played golf with these guys, never met these guys. We're there, and it's slow. It's a little slow. And the rain, I think they're called, I don't know if they're marshals up there or rangers. The rangers up around your way, right? Or do y'all do marshal? We've had this discussion back in the day.
I think we call them Rangers.
Okay.
Park Rangers?
Course.
Of
Oh.
course, Rangers.
Like, no, we call them. I think I always call them just a starter. I just use that as like the general term.
Okay. So some courses they have an actual guy who that's all he does is sit there and work the tee sheet, start. And then they've got, we call them marshals. The marshal's the one who's going to tell you to pick it
Marshall?
up, come out there. Hey, go ahead. It's clear up there. Or you guys,
There's a homeless man on hole 4 in the woods with an axe.
yeah.
That's a legit thing that came up to me and Dan on on a golf course.
Where
That's
was that?
insane.
At what's the Jimmy
Boat Willie?
Clay and Kaiser? It was at Kaiser.
Oh,
That actually was said to you?
Yep.
Whenever a marshal comes up on the course and tries to say something about the pace of play, I just want to look him straight in the eyes and be like, "It's not my fault. I know that we're playing fast enough.
You guys got to pick it up.
Like it's never me. I'm a fast player and I do it because I don't like lingering. Like it is not me. Please mosey on, sir."
well, that was actually what this conversation was about. So we're on a tee box and we're waiting, and we can see that there's like 2 other groups on the hole in front of us. So we're like, okay, we're gonna be here for a minute. So we're sitting there. Marshall pulls up and he's like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" He's an older feller. This is in North Carolina, and he's just kind of mixing it up with us, asking us where we're from, blah, what we're in town for, all that. And I'm in a cart by myself, and he's right next to me, so I could reach out and I could grab his cart if I wanted to. And he's talking to the guys behind me. And as he's talking, he's like, okay, well, we know you guys aren't the problem. And he kind of puts his fist out, his left fist. And the way it's out is it's pointing toward me. And I'm thinking, he wants me to bump this fist. You don't just put a fist out there in this way and not expect a bump, right? So he's not even looking at me. So I was like, well, he's going to no looking it. He's hitting me with a no-look fist.
Swag, dude.
Okay.
That's a signal of an all-time starter right there.
He kind of ends the conversation, maybe with I don't know, just one of these phrases that we just talked about, like, "Hey guys,
I got a skedaddle."
All righty, well, you guys just have a good one. And
Skedaddle's good.
I go in and I try to bump it, and he catches me bumping, and he just kind of lifts his fist up, and the underside of his fist, if you can see, if you're watching at home, it's more of a visual, where the fingers are folded.
Mm-hmm.
See, it just scrapes right over the top. And
Wait, which one are you? You're on the bottom?
So I'm on the bottom.
Yeah.
This is him. So his knuckles here.
No, dude.
Not the important knuckles, but the mid finger knuckles. They just scrape right over the top of my finger tendons. Top of my hand.
Was he still no looking this at this point?
He had kind of looked at me, and when he realized what happened, and I kind of just, at this point, once I felt where those knuckles were, I just dropped. I just got out of there, and I realized I don't think he was bumping me. And he came back around. We saw him like on the back nine, and then I kind of noticed he definitely wasn't bumping me. He just has a thing with his hand where I don't know if he has like golfer's elbow or tennis elbow. That's just kind of, he puts his hand out. Maybe there's something to it, like a health issue. He just puts the fist out there.
This is reminding me, Dave, of, I don't even remember who the guy was. I can picture his face, but when Troy Aikman and Joe Buck were in the booth, and they introduced their guest in the booth, and Joe Buck kind of gestured like this towards him, and the guy just went over and shook his hand. And Joe Buck was like, what? And then, but the look on Troy Aikman's face was just this huge shit-eating grin. Like, I can't believe you just shook this dude's hand. Looked like he wanted to crawl into a hole.
I saw this happen. I think it was on some late night talk show. I think it was Ice Cube, actually, who was the guest. And whoever was, it could have been like Conan O'Brien or something. He was like hand talking a lot, and he was doing hands like this. In mid-conversation, he has a hand like that. And Ice Cube just reaches over and shakes it. And it clearly wasn't supposed to be a handshake. And you could tell the look on his face is like, oh my God, that went really poorly. It's crazy how these things just stay with you when they happen to you.
It's one of those things where if like the next day you're driving and you think about it in the car, I will always be like, why did I do that?
I think COVID is to blame for a lot of this, actually, because the fist bump became very popular.
True.
And then when
is a fist bump offensive now in 2024 versus 2022?
When COVID started to cool down, people like reverted back to the handshake, but some people stuck to the fist bump. So there's a lot of like this going on.
I have very much adopted the fist bump for people that I don't really know that well, that I'm not being like formally introduced to. It's like, oh, what up, dog? And like, cause like, I don't know. I don't need my palms touching everyone's palms, you know?
No.
I'm not going to fist bump like a 65-year-old dude. Like, but I mean,
I don't know where your palms have been.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know. If I'm out at a restaurant, I've adopted the Dave mentality of like, I'm not shaking hands while I'm sitting at the table. Like if you come up to my table and say what up, like, and I'm doing that thing where you sit down and you're talking to someone like this who you don't really know. Like, yeah, I'm probably just going to toss one of these up.
Sure.
It was Josh Harris, the new owner of the Commanders. And he went in for it, and it was just, it was terrible. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Somebody walked into the tailgate the other day, and they had something in their hand, and I put out my right hand to shake their hand, and they hit me with the left hand, like one of those, and I was like, man, I get why you did that, but like, you got to transition that stuff over while you're saying hi to everybody.
You can't do a left-handed shake because your right hand's occupied.
No.
It's really uncomfortable.
There's nothing, you know what, the fist bump, and Will, I think you alluded to this. If I'm sitting down at Matt Rancho's, here it is.
Dude, this is one of my favorite clips ever.
This is the worst bump you've ever
seen.
Look
at Troy Aikman's face when this happens.
Yeah, you know, it's preseason, but we still like to win.
Yeah, I mean, you're no stranger. You're no stranger to
professional sports team, managing general partner of.
He knew immediately.
It's Troy Aikman's face.
Well, this guy knew immediately that he fucked up.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, when you
the
put
way-
your hands behind your
yeah.
back, like
He
like,
put the hands
ah.
on the hips. It's just like, I got to holster these things for the rest of the interview. He holstered the hands.
Yeah.
You're sitting down at Matto Ranchos and like some dude that like Dylan went to high school with, I've never met, or maybe I've met once or twice, walks over, he's like, what's up? And he's saying hi. And I'm like, I got tacos here. I don't want to do the full shake because then I got to go to the bathroom and wash my hands again. When they come in for the bump, that's so perfect. It's like it's made
Yeah.
for dinner time.
Yeah, it is.
Bumps are made for dinner time.
yeah,
You gotta show
Dylan
it early,
usually
though.
does some before, during, and after.
You got to show it early.
Did you hear what Will said?
No.
What's up?
Oh, is that a cocaine play?
No. Yes, I realize that it is my fault. I thought this guy was so just living life. Because guys who are marshals, usually they're just retired. They're just out there. They want to be outside. Beautiful North Carolina morning, 58 degrees, sunny. He's just loving it. And he's just throwing out fist bumps to everybody. He's getting cocky with it. He's hitting you with the no look. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Oh, the way it like gently scraped over my hand, it was almost sensual. It was weird. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Well, I'm glad that you're not like
Almost
thinking about it all the
sensual.
time now.
Every night.
How'd you
Every night as
rebound
I
on
lay
your
my
next
head
fist
down.
bump that you did? You got to get off the schneid.
I went in like ultra aggressive.
Yeah.
Like whether you want this fist or not, you're getting it. You know what I mean? Just this is the sound. Ready?
Sounds bad, but yeah, I do get it. Yeah.
This is why I like high fives. If you do a bad high five, you could say, "Let's redo that." I've redone high fives multiple times.
That's very white.
I mean,
Yeah,
do you
it's
just
very
confront
low.
it? Do you just confront it immediately?
Like, man,
oh,
that
that sucked.
Like, man, that stunk. We should redo that. I've done that. Let's forget that happened. Let's reset.
I just don't want someone to walk away and be like, "Damn, Will has the limpest handshake of all time."
You got to remember though, when you feel awkward, so do they.
Oh yeah,
And they think about it. They don't blame you. They're like, I fucked that up too.
I know, dude. When I always center it around myself. If someone grabs my hand too early for a handshake and I did limp, but it's got to feel limp to them too. Like they have to shoulder some of that responsibility.
Dude, the worst one of these, in my opinion, is when you shake someone's hand and they hang on for longer than you hang on. So like the first second of it, it's like one firm pump and then you just go limp in their firm hand.
No, the worst is when it's an old person. You can feel their big ass knuckles that are just riddled with like disease. Just
Come on.
chilling in your
I
hand.
don't know if that's the worst.
Riddled with disease.
They got their arthritis knuckles just chilling in your hand for like 5 minutes at church while you're just shaking it. Like, yeah, good to see you too.
But too long handshakers are they need to go to a class on handshakes.
I'm gonna start
because
being the guy that grabs the forearm while I shake the hand.
It's one firm pump and you let go. Anything beyond that, you're just asking for trouble.
One firm pump and then you let go.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all right.
boom, let go, move on with your day.
It's like McConaughey in True Detective.
Don't hang on too long. You're trying to alpha the person if you hang on too long.
It's
They're
the-
going to go limp in your hand. You're like, oh yeah, I just alphaed you. It's a cocky play.
It's the guys who come in a little bit stealth, like try to hit you like real like that you got to be careful of because you want to bring it in if you're going like a good dap, you got to show it like a couple feet out before you're within contact so they know to prepare for dap.
In high school, one of our friends' dads was known, like we knew him as like the bad handshaker. This is what he would do.
Oh no.
He would extend his hand, and once you put your hand in his, he would bring you in to his hip,
Oh.
and then he would just start like doing this. He would just start like in a circle.
He would sidewind you?
He would bring you into his hip and just do a circle shake. It's like, dude, what are you?
Dude, that's
how long
kind
you
of
been?
drippy.
How long have you been getting
Sounds
away
like a
with
Tommy
this?
boy.
That's what like Trump does.
It's an alpha
Kind of.
move.
Yeah, it takes you off balance, dude.
It's like, what
Puts him in the
are
driver's
we
seat.
doing here? It's like you're bringing me up.
You know
like
what?
chest to chest now.
You know what's been going crazy for me lately? Dude, my side hug game is crazy right now.
I'm a side hugger.
Like, if you see me at a tailgate and
Your wife is getting a side hug.
oh yeah, I'm just, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Double pump, out, done.
Yeah.
I've noticed Dylan's been like when he's hugging wives and like he's like, "Where's my hug?" Like, I notice you're a "Where's my hug" guy.
Bring it into daddy. I
Yeah,
don't
what's
do it.
that
I don't-
about,
I don't
dude?
do that. No, I'm a side. I'll side hug your wife. That's
Dave,
it.
was that therapeutic for you to maybe unpackage that a little bit on this pod and get that out in the open?
No, made it worse.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can
Oh.
interest you in some BetterHelp.
Okay.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends over at BetterHelp. Kids are always learning new things, growing, just diving into stuff head first. And I don't feel like we get that childish, excitement anymore. You know what I mean? We all got something we like to learn. I've been talking about oil painting for like 3 years now, but there's some kind of mental block that I have that's not allowing me to do it. Without my dad coming down to Texas and forcing me to garden, I would have been doing the exact same thing there. Therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder because the back to school era can come at any age. I've been employing therapy very often in my life, and I love it. If you haven't tried therapy, you don't need to just be like a mental wreck in order for it to work for you. Sometimes you just need to work out some situations in your life that might just be a little perplexing. Whether it's work, whether it's play, whether it's personal, it's always nice to talk to a person who's got your interests in mind. And maybe it's just kind of an independent party,
Absolutely.
If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/circling today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/circling. Big salmon energy in here today. We talked a little salmon earlier in the pod, but
Tim?
Hmm?
We talked Tim Salmon earlier. I'm sorry. You can go on with the story.
Hey, man, what's up?
I feel like Dylan was trying to avoid the conversation about dinner on Friday because he hit up that microwave for the salmon.
You just grossed out by even the thought of fish?
Dude,
I eat fish all the time.
Yeah, their fans are a little off-putting, but like they actually jam.
that's a good take.
Okay.
I want to send so many tweets about fish fans because for some reason my algorithm has a bunch of fish in it, even though I don't really listen to fish, nor do I interact with anything on Twitter that would, be directly fish oriented. But like the fish fans that follow me on Twitter, I like them and they're not part of the annoying crew. Like Bro Bible Brandon, he's not the annoying fish guy who's he's like the nicest guy in the world about pretty much everything. And like, I don't want to send a tweet and have him see it and be like, "Oh, Will's just shitting on like my favorite band."
He's that 1%er, whatever it's called.
2%er from A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of love. It's a 2%er for sure.
Love that about him.
I don't know why I found this story funny, but a man from Wales has been fined for smuggling salmon up his sleeve. I know it's confusing because I said Wales. We're talking about the country here. It'd be nearly impossible to smuggle a whale unless you're cutting the head off.
Arnold
Like
Palmer
RFK.
did it for years.
He did smuggle a whale.
Huge cock.
Any guesses for how much you get fined for trying to smuggle a fish in Wales?
I feel like they don't play over there.
Our
They don't-
man's got hit with a $2,500 fine for smuggling this piece of this salmon in the sleeve of his jacket. It's hilarious the way that he tried to smuggle this. Instead of covering it up, he just let the head of the salmon stick out of the sleeve per this photo that's been taken of him.
It's
Oh,
clearly
salmon hand.
visible.
Yeah, like like that's clearly a salmon that you're taking out. So what's happened is that you're not allowed to take salmon. It's catch and release only for salmon over a certain length. And this guy just caught an absolute horker, a big chunky boy. He was just ripping pig lips like crazy. And he tried to take one home,
You got busted.
Can you imagine? Like, you could have just gone to the supermarket and paid $25 for some salmon, and instead you got hit with a $2,500 fine.
He wanted to be closer to the process.
That's more than what. That's more than what. That's like. It's not more. I was going to say that's close to what like Jay Cutler paid this past week.
Totally unrelated. It just
Bro.
makes me think of the guy who snuck a bunch of weights into his fish at that fishing tournament so they'd be heavier.
Did they ever prosecute that guy?
I think they just beat the shit out of him.
They
in the
should have
parking
beat the
lot.
shit out of him.
He was. I mean, he had won tournaments previously.
That's the same guy who turns in a minus 47 at the charity scramble.
Yeah.
Same guy. Probably done that too.
If like a park ranger comes up to you and you got this salmon hanging out of the sleeve of your jacket, like, do you try to act like, "Oh, dude, I don't know how that got there.
Oh,
That's
shit.
oh, dude, my bad. That must have just jumped in there."
I'm borrowing this jacket from someone else. I don't know how that got in there. Sorry.
Dylan's like, "I don't even like touching it. I can't even touch it."
What an idiot this guy is.
Don't change the subject.
Don't change it, dude. Is it comforting
I've
knowing that
addressed-
you'll never get busted for smuggling salmon because you're too afraid to touch them?
I've addressed it many times. I'm not hiding anything. I just don't like to touch fish. It's not a huge thing.
Hey, I got some breaking news here, Walter Cronkite.
Okay.
Two men who admitted to stuffing fish with lead weights and fish fillets in an attempt to win thousands of dollars in an Ohio fishing tournament last fall were sentenced to 10 days in jail, forfeiture of a boat valued at $100,000.
Oh,
You can take a man's boat away?
that's quite a penalty. Yeah, how do you do that?
Asset forfeiture. It was used in the commission of the crime.
Damn. Okay,
Oh,
that's fucking
I
rough,
see.
dude. 10
Yeah,
days in jail.
I forgot that he put fillets in there too to like blend it in with the rest of the fish.
Do you think it was low-key the second best day of their life?
That's a good
They got that boat taken away, brother?
That's right, dude. Hey, man, take it. I ain't gonna fight
you're
y'all now.
doing me a favor right there, brother.
That's fine,
A
dude.
forfeiture means you don't get to sell it; it's just taken from you, and probably
Correct.
auctioned off at a public auction. Or
Yeah,
something.
there's probably some poor SOB out there who bought it at auction. Is like, fucking.
Like putting weights in the fish is one thing, but shoving other fish fillets in the fish is gross.
Yeah.
That's just gross.
It feels unholy.
You can't turducken a fish that you're trying to portray as being heavier than it is. Like that's just weird.
Yeah, hopefully it was at least the same kind of fish.
I had a Hawaiian pizza last night,
Okay.
and we didn't order it this way, but they tossed on ham and bacon. You ever put bacon on a Hawaiian?
I've never ordered a Hawaiian.
It hit.
What was the fruit on there?
Pineapple.
And you went bacon?
We didn't order the bacon. Sally just simply ordered the Hawaiian style pizza.
From
But
where?
did you put bacon? I'm sorry, I missed it.
There was bacon, there was ham, there was pineapple.
I'm painting a picture.
I don't even want to say, dude.
Domino's.
Sally needs to stop ordering pizza from East Side Pies.
So
Their pizza is so mid. The large pieces are so large that you can't even eat them.
so you took a bite
Took a big old bite.
and you
Where
had
was this going?
you had the sweetness of the pineapple.
Yeah. Yeah.
The the citrusy, acidic nature of the pineapple with
Facts.
the
A little tart, you know.
saltiness of the bacon.
Yeah.
And the crispiness.
And the
ham,
ham.
and
And
the
the
ham.
cured ham, David.
Oh my God, was this a
Savouriness.
double juxtaposition?
Daily double.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I understand, man.
because not only do you have like the texture play with the crispiness of one and the softness of the pineapple, depending on how they prepared it,
One
But
is
also-
savory.
the saltiness and the sweet
No,
tartness.
yeah, it's registering for me. I do understand what you're
It went
what you're
double
saying.
juxto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
When
know
I was
it was double
when I was watching that juxtaposition going down, Dave, I was going like this.
Wow. That's what he was going
It's
like.
top 5 GIF.
The Hawaiian pizza, with its combination of ham and pineapple, isn't really a traditional or popular dish in Hawaii. It was actually invented in Canada by a Greek immigrant in the 1960s.
Okay. While
While you can find it in Hawaii because it's available on many pizza chains, it's simply not a local staple or something most Hawaiians would consider part of their everyday cuisine. Local Hawaiian food tends to include things like poke, loco moco, lau lau, kalua pork, and fresh seafood. What is loco moco? Because that sounds delightful.
I need to know.
I'm looking it up, David. Loco moco. What? It's a dish featured in contemporary Hawaii cuisine. The traditional loco moco consists of white rice topped with a hamburger patty, brown gravy, and finally a sunny side up fried egg. I have to admit,
Sounds great.
this sounds like something you can make while you're high and didn't eat dinner and didn't have like actual ingredients for a meal. But this sounds great.
This sounds like a bodybuilder Instagram guy who's trying to show you like an easy way to like hit your macros.
Dude, what's up, Fit Fam? Let me tell you about this thing they got over in Hawaii called the Loco Moco if you want to get all your gains.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Dirty bulk.
Everybody's doing the Loco Moco.
Come on, baby.
Do the Loco Moco.
Mm-hmm.
Do it with me.
Everybody's doing
Right, come on.
a brand
The mic's
new
in my way.
dance
All right,
now.
It's-
Come
I'm
Come
working
on,
with something
Dorno.
here.
Do the Loco Moco. Can I call you Dorno? That kind of felt good.
It's been a minute since I've heard that one.
You're always talking about making Dorno films.
What?
Were they calling this fucker old fish hand?
Hey.
Oh,
Walked out. They're like, wait a minute. Let's see your hands. Show us the other one.
And here they got old fish hand.
There's a million different other places he could have put this fish other than the sleeve of his jacket. And if you're going to put it in the sleeve of the jacket, just cover it up.
If you're about it, you put it in your pants.
It's like he's got waders
Yeah, you
on.
got a pants salmon.
Yeah,
hat.
you got waiters
Pants
are perfect
salmon.
for this.
You got to drop
If someone brings a full salmon to the meetup, I'll pants salmon it.
Pants salmon?
Yeah.
Ooh, what if it like slides down your pant leg and just pops out the bottom?
Just looking like Arnold Palmer.
It's in your boot at the end of the night.
No, it's flying out like the salmon cannon.
You think Arnie ever crossed paths with old First Lady?
Yeah, I do.
Nancy
do.
Reagan.
Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy?
You know which one. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Mr. Palmer.
I think it's a red flag when people like Jack Nicklaus over Arnold Palmer.
Ooh.
The aura is just different between those two.
I mean,
I
look,
respect Jack's majors. I respect his wins. I respect his salty game. But you got to see, like, Arnie's
He's the
motion
king.
was simply bigger.
I mean, yeah. And you think Jack's punching air right now? That no one's like, bro.
Yeah, and he glazes Trump, too. He's like, dude, talk about my crank, Trump.
Yeah. That's kind of, yeah, might be some tension over there in the MAGAverse. Because, I mean, it's like, dude, you're not just going to not talk about what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
We've showered together. Were a lot of pros just taking showers like it was a ball game?
I can't imagine a golf environment. I can't picture that. I don't know.
Although, like country clubs, that was back when like it was all men and you could just walk around the club naked. Like, wasn't that a Mickey Mantle thing? He'd like walk through the breakfast buffet just with his dong out.
I think that was in the locker room, though, right? He wasn't just doing that at his country club. He wasn't out at Shinnecock
These
showing
guys-
the cock.
After a round, for a tournament, they don't like shower in there, right? They just go home.
No, I mean, if you're Rory, you skip media appearances and just head straight to the courtesy vehicle.
That's a callback.
Just saying.
It's a sports tie-in from Will. Love it or hate it, you got to give it to him because he made it.
I'm just in the arena trying things right now. Just seeing what's happening.
What are y'all doing at home? Just hating. He's just over here trying shit.
Can we talk Al Pacino real quick before we mosey on today? Before we skedaddle out of here?
Oh, yeah.
Al Pacino had one of the more ridiculous interviews recently. I'm not going to play anything from it on this episode, but the two things that really stuck out for me are that he has a Shrek iPhone case.
Hell yeah.
And that he has a 16-month-old that he doesn't live with, but he said that he would send him text messages every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Al, I respect that you're texting with your son, but I just don't know if your son's sitting there texting you back and reading this kind of stuff, or I don't think he's the one actually texting. I think this was my realization that Al Pacino should probably stop doing interviews. I think there are some celebrities that might just need to take a step back from the interview.
He looks
game.
rough these days.
He doesn't look great. I'm sure I think he's happy.
Show the photo. Why is NBC using this photo to promote an interview with him? 'Cause there's better pics of Al.
Dave, I don't think there are, man. I don't know if you've
Use
seen them.
use an old one.
Okay, an old one, yes.
Use
But
any
anything
given
current.
Sunday.
This is as good as it gets.
These guys aren't doing the interview together, right?
Correct.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you're in the middle of an interview that includes Bill Maher and Jimmy Kimmel, like I would not even
Yeah.
accept that.
Can we all accept that Al shouldn't be doing interviews?
I've
That's
always-
my Bill Maher. It's
I've
not-
always hated Bill Maher, but after his Hawk Tua interview, like
Oh,
I will never look at that man the same. Like he is gross.
Maybe he meant FaceTiming and he's old and he just
you know what? That's
I
a
hope so.
perfectly
yeah.
rational
That's understandable.
explanation.
Yeah.
That's dad experience right there,
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Al
FaceTiming a
Pacino's
kid.
not texting. And
Can
if
you
he is,
imagine
he's
that-
got the huge text
I was gonna say,
on
can you
there.
imagine how big those letters
Oh.
are on his phone?
It's the biggest I ever. That's kind of Regis. I don't know. Have you seen Heat?
I don't think so.
You got to watch Heat. First of all,
Is it he? Sorry. I'll watch it. Is it a gangster? Is it gangster shit, Dave?
Is it gangster shit?
I mean,
it's fucking gangster shit.
you can't have a gangster movie without Al Pacino or Robert De Niro in it.
He's not. What if I told you this? He's a cop.
Oh, is he a dirty cop?
No. Or is he? I'm not going to give it away.
Okay.
You know, I like those dirty cops.
You know, those cops be dirty in those mafia films.
It's not really mafia, but it is organized crime, I will say.
That's what
I have the
mafia
utmost
is,
respect
right?
for the boys in blue.
Not all organized
Um,
crime is mafia.
I respect all the clean cops out there, but just know that if I ever become a cop, I'm probably going to be a dirty cop.
Fuck, that's so tight.
Like I think that there's going to be too many offers flying my way. I think I'm going to be easily manipulated. Just know that I'm probably doing some shady shit on the low.
Yeah. You're taking envelopes?
You know, I might be greasing some palms or getting my palms greased a little
Nothing
bit.
like too bad, but like
Nah,
I'll look the other way for the
No.
right price.
You're not going full training day?
nah.
Training day, you just
I don't know.
Got a little too much on the chip
People have been
there.
wondering if Willie likes to get wet.
He's a little too involved.
Aw.
Dude, training day needs to be talked about more in just, great movie conversations.
It is right under Uncut Gems in like anxiety inducing movies.
Mhm.
It's a better movie than Uncut Gems, but they could have made that movie unwatchable, like unrewatchable, I should say. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I'll ever rewatch Uncut Gems.
I won't.
It didn't give me like the worst anxiety, but it was just it just got to the point where it's like, oh man, I need this to wrap up.
It just
this is a lot.
It went way too Rishi for me.
Uncut Gems. Yeah, Rishi's entire existence is like an Uncut Gems episode at this point. Uncut Gems.
I almost want to send Randy a movie clip from Heat, but we've been going very long. We can just do it next time.
What is Brett doing? Did Brett just opened like a fucking party bag of Tostitos?
That is what it sounded
Like,
like.
that was the loudest shit I've ever heard from him.
It sounded like the ice just spilled out of our thing.
Actually, that's probably what happened. It's probably what happened.
Oh no, he's got the hurt shoulder.
Oh no. Yeah, Brett's been.
I'm worried about his shoulder, man.
I'm too, dude.
He's
He
got
needs
an
to go get that
appointment
checked
made.
out. Coming in 4 days later after it happened and saying that it still hurts is not what you want.
Yeah, I was worried because he was pretty quiet on the TL over the weekend. So I just didn't know.
Yeah, be careful. Shall we?
Bye.